going live on all the different platforms. I got my Instagram going on my phone, and I got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all going together, and TikTok on my phone. So, yeah, today I want to share a story. We just finished our mastermind, and the beginning of my mastermind at 6:30 Eastern every week, I speak to teens. I want to make sure that I engage with teens and I inspire teens. I remember what it was like for me when I was 16, 15 years old, and all I was doing was focused on basketball, on girls, on smoking weed, on all the things that didn't really matter. I mean, it didn't matter at the time for me because I was a teen, and it was fun. But I wish that somebody had reached out to me. I wish I had a mentor that I could confide in. I wish I had spoken to somebody about real estate. I wish I had somebody to turn to for that, or even gone to these conferences. So, part of my motivation is to inspire teens, is to always reach out and let them know, like, hey, look, there's a mentor here for you if you need. And so at 6:30, my mastermind is for teens. We do about 30 minutes speaking to teens. And I had two teens that came on who went to a Grant Cardone event. And one of them shared with me with a really, really great story. So I want to share this story with you guys, and hopefully it inspires you. And welcome, everybody. I'm sharing a story from a teen that came to a Grant Cardone real estate mastermind. And this kid, his name is Pedro, and he came to the event. The amazing story that he shared, he was where was he? He was on vacation somewhere, and his mom was like, "Hey, we have an opportunity to go to Grant Cardone's conference." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He was sharing with me, and I was like, "That's cool." And what did you say? He said yes. He packed up his things, and they went to Grant Cardone's conference. And at the conference, 2,000 people. There was 2,000 people at the conference. I was there. And of those 2,000 people, about 1,900 plus of them did not have the courage to raise their hands to ask questions. And this kid found the courage to ask, to raise his hand. Grant called on him. He stood up and he was like, "Listen, Grant, I'm so inspired. I'm 15 years old. I'm inspired to invest and start doing multifamily real estate." And Grant, being as moved as he was, and the kid was like, "Hey, listen, I only have $2,000 to invest. What do I do?" And he was like, I have a portfolio. I have something that is open, a fund that is open for anybody non-accredited to be able to invest into. If you invest the $2,000 with me, I will give you $2,000. Now, most people that are doing most multifamily deals, including myself, a great deal would be something that cash flows positive and also give us a 2x return in 4 or 5 years. That's a good deal. This kid, because he had the courage to raise his hand at the Grant Cardone conference, 2x'd, doubled his money in 5 minutes, doubled his return on investments in 5 minutes. The story is so amazing. I told him, listen, you have to learn, okay, and all of us need to learn this too. You have to learn to leverage your stories. You have to learn to take all your wins and leverage it. If you can leverage that story the way that I just did, you can get a foot in the door in any interview that you show up to. You can get your team in any conversation. You would get your in the door because of that story. So what I shared with the teams was, listen, you guys need to take your wins out there and you got to leverage it. You got to make a dramatic story. You got to make your story grand. How was it a life-changing decision? Which part of it was a life-changing decision for you? To pack up and leave vacation, to go to Grant's conference, to overcome your fear of speaking in front of 2,000 people to ask Grant a question. Overcame that fear. Make that such a grand story that it inspires other people. And from that, Grant gave this kid $2,000. That was amazing. And then Grant he brought another kid on stage, 14-year-old kid on stage, and did a whole underwriting with them. So many people there were moved by the younger generation. You know, a lot of times we think right now, we're like, oh man, the future, these kids are so screwed. And there, we were also moved by the kids, by the teens, people that were the kids that were young that were at these events. So that was amazing. That was something that was shared on my mastermind call. I have the link to my mastermind in the description. Every single Monday, we do a free mastermind. This is completely, you know, people, if you have something to add, you just reach out to me. This could be a stage for you to offer your services. So we do this every single Monday. It's not to sell anything. I don't sell anything on there at all. We literally just go over, we ask questions about where you are in real estate, what you're stuck on. Then we do this amazing speed dating, speed network type of thing that we just started doing. So you get broken up into different rooms and you have about a minute, 30 seconds to share who you are, what you do, and you network with somebody. I always say this, whenever you go into a room, whenever you're networking with somebody, your number one goal is to find the one or two people in that room at that event that you need to meet. There is no accidents. You guys do not show up on the planet, on planet Earth, 7 or 8 billion people out there. You guys show up in the exact same place at the same time. There is no accidents. There are definitely one or two people wherever you are, any event you go to, any party you go to, any Zoom meetings that you go to, one or two people you got to meet. They are the key. They have the solution to your problem. They're going to show you the next step that you need to take. They're going to open the doors for you. They're going to help you over the hump if you're stuck. And so we talk about that and we give people this opportunity to network. And my dream and my vision is to create a meeting, a Zoom meeting where there's 1,000 people that are there solely really to network. We're going to break you out into breakout rooms, 6, 7 people, 8 people, 10 people in the room. 1 minute, 30 seconds to really speak and to share and get to know each other. And we tried that today and it was so great. We got such awesome feedback from it. People were like, oh my God, I loved it. That was awesome. So we're going to really do that. We do that every Monday. And we share information. Today we talked about how to not pay taxes. Not like we're going to do tax fraud, but how in real estate do you not pay taxes? And why real estate is such a powerful vehicle to move forward, because I make $300,000 in real estate and you make $300,000 as a physicist, guess who's going to take home more money? Who's going to keep more money? Guaranteed real estate. So this was just amazing call. The other thing that I want to talk about, which was I shared the story of Paige and how Grant gave him $2,000 at the summit, but I also want to give you guys a little bit of a tip of something in multifamily. I want to share, how do we do some sort of market? What are the important things when you are researching a market in multifamily? You know, we oftentimes just look at numbers, but you want to look at the market. What are the benefits of people investing into this deal, into your multifamily deal? And the 3 things that you really want to look at is, number 1 is income of this sub-market or this market. The second one is growth in the market. Are people moving in or moving out of this place? And the most important one, I think a lot of people will agree, is jobs. Like, people got to be able to pay. We are in the business of renting. So that means we got to look at, are people capable of renting? Are people capable of paying for this rent? So some of the things that we look at is we look at, what is the average household income in the area? Is it 3 times? Let's say our rent is $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. Are the household average 3 times this number? That's one thing that we look at. So also we look at is job diversity. Job diversity is is huge. You don't want to really be in the place where there's only one source of company provides. Like if everybody in this market was in the service industry, or in the Trump business, then I don't think. Wait, is TikTok not streaming? Anyways, if it's not streaming, whatever. So job diversification in the market. How many big companies are there providing jobs? Super important. You know, how many jobs are going? You know, you don't want just one big player that's there providing all the jobs. You want multiple different sources, the diversity of income in that area. So doing your market research, there are a bunch of websites, and let me just see what I put in my notes, because there are places that you can find this information. So I wrote this down somewhere. Obviously, I can't find it when I need it. I will find it for you. I promise. It's actually right here. I know exactly where I put it. But if you're looking for market, some places that you want to look for is you want to these websites. You want to go to bestplaces.net. Bestplaces.net is a place for you to look up the jobs in the market. You can do your research there. City-data.com, datausa.io. Great resources, great places to do market research. You want to look at the market and you want to look at the sub-market of the place. And these are all things that when you are telling your investors why this is a great deal, it's not just about the numbers, but why this market. What about this market that makes the deal great? So I want to leave that. That's a tip for you guys. I'm going to do lives. I'm not sure when I'll be doing them, but this is just a sporadic live that I'm doing. But I will leave comments, leave questions that you have. Message me directly if you want to, if you have questions for me, if you want to get into the game of real estate. Also, financial freedom, anything that has to do with finances. I'm not a professional financial advisor, but I do think some of the advice that I give are, my opinion, my judgment, better than the advice that is given out there to everybody. So yeah, follow me, check out my videos. Also, I have my link below that you can register for the Monday Night Masterminds. You will get an email from me that's going to share. Oftentimes we share the recordings of it. We share other speakers that have been on there. Just all valuable things that I want to give out to everybody. And you know, the goal really is for us all to be educated together. And when we are all educated together, we can work together, we can do deals together, and we're always looking for more partners. I believe that partnerships is the answer to everything. Anytime that I feel like I'm stuck somewhere, it's because I go into this individual mindset, like it's me against the world. But whenever I bring partners, the ideas of people, pieces of the puzzle, if I'm ever stuck, somebody else is going to be the solution to that. So that's it. That's all. I hope I provided a little bit of value for you guys today, a little taste of what the mastermind really looks like. Now, of course, there's usually 40, 50, 60, 70 people in there that interact with me. So, you know, I hope that you are one of these people next week. Thursdays, I also do underwriting. I do an underwriting workshop. And underwriting is not just about if a deal is bad or is it good for me to look into, but underwriting is about seeing the pieces of the puzzle, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. It's really fun. It's interesting looking at, rather than just looking at if the deal is good or bad, but we always want to look at how would it be a good deal. every single deal out there, any piece of real estate, any deal, there's a way to make it a good deal. So I want to teach you guys how I do the underwriting. That's what I do on Thursdays. You can also register below. As long as you get into my email list and my CRM, you will get info on the workshops I do. Everything's always free. So yeah, I hope to get to know you. I hope that you reach out as a result of me reaching out on these videos, and that we form a deeper relationship and we get to know each other. So that's it. That's all for now. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, and catch you on the next one.